Okay, here we go. Haven't streamed for a while. I don't know, should I? Yeah, should I? Maybe I'll stream to Twitch too? Might as well. Alright, I'm going to stream to Twitch too, but that means that I have to get the Catamaran up here. Twitch chat. Hold on just 1 second. I haven't streamed to Twitch for like for months. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the chat. All right.
I'm getting loaded with sugars. That's a little much for me. I just realized what that is.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I think they listed as 55 servings or something like that.
55?
Something like that. 1029.
Thank you.
That one has a little thing on the inside.
Oh, it does.
Like a little...
Me old, but me no cold. 34 servings.
34. Maybe it was the giant gummy bears that were the 55 or whatever.
19 times 34, that's gotta be like 200 something. That's a lot more than 200. 646 grams of sugar. Jeez.
Yeah, it proudly says 4,000 calories of gummy greatness.
That's
But, well, how many servings was it?
34.
34. So it actually is just slightly over $1 a serving. That's not bad.
Everyone can pitch it.
That's right. Okay. Have to find a place to put stream chat. Hopefully I don't ignore it. I always forget that it's there, and then I feel bad. Got some people in having fun at bar billiards, and of course that's the one place that the camera doesn't see. I guess, sorry, not bar billiards, but bumper pool. Yeah. My candy store camera is really lagging for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Nothing has really changed on it. Maybe I'll restart that here in a minute. Let these guys in the candy store do their thing, and then we'll go play with that camera. Actually, I guess I could look and see if it's lagging on mine too. Where's the little thing here? Alright, so if I connect mine, is it lagging or is it not lagging? That seems okay. So it has something to do with the tablet. Maybe I'll restart that here in a minute. We will we'll restart it and see if that fixes the lag. Probably. Salad fingers? Yeah.
This is like the first like YouTube trend I got into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good salad.
You know what I miss? Chiclets. I don't know what it was. When I used to live in Newport, I remember my like earliest memory of Newport is like waking up, going to the living room. And for some reason, Ari always had like a punch bowl full of chiclets just on the coffee table. And before daycare, like every day, I would just grab a chip.
The guys that are in here that are we're playing bumper pool, they've been in a bunch of times before, and they're into like old camera tech. So a guy's got a 35 millimeter frame camera, SLR camera, and there's a guy right now filming their tomfoolery with I think it's a mini DV camera, just for fun, right?
Just looking to play some cards there.
Yeah, grab what you need.
All right.
Do you need more than this?
Not too sure how many
Four sets.
do you have, like just two, right?
Four, I think in total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to play. Just watch the tips when you're throwing them and make sure that if they break off, I have got more here.
Yep.
And if they get loose or too bent, you can bend them back into shape. But
Do you guys have just water, like bottles of water?
usually. Oh, they're out. I have some in the back. Do you want one?
I've never actually seen them.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We just had a big thing of it.
$1 even.
I don't know if I've changed. I got a toonie. Yeah. There's a toonie and then just, yeah, keep it.
Oh, thanks.
I don't got a list. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm scared to know what's in it.
It used to be horsehair. So I don't know when horses went to the rendering plant, they'd shave them or something.
On
I
the way to the
have
glue, yeah.
no idea, but I have no idea what it is now.
Just like fiberglass.
Yeah, maybe asbestos. You know,
Yeah,
to
just straight up
really get
asbestos.
the itch going good
Yeah.
in your lungs and your skin and.
I kind of want to get a lead in the park. Yeah? Just to see the gravel. Well, a lot of people don't know how to take. They just that's so crazy.
Man, here's like all my cheese.
No, literally.
Here's some rocks.
Literally. There's a rock. I think that girl was trapped in a spell though. Because she gave me rocks, and then the next day I made 6 bucks. I was like, I can do this.
There, I can set that.
David, hello, greetings from Vermont, says David. It's pretty busy at our arcade tonight by our standards. We're in like a slow period right now. I don't know what's going on. Of course, our slow period was supposed to be a couple months ago and we never hit that. We just kept going. And our busy period starts in 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. So hold on.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem. I'm sure to come back soon.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it was actually usually March and April have been slow, and then it starts picking back up in May. But that never happened. Like it never kind of slowed down after we opened. And in May, I was telling Sophia, I was like, God, it just seems like it's been really slow this month. Like I was getting kind of bummed out. Like we've been so busy and everything. And well, then we looked at the numbers and we had done double what we had done the previous May. I think it was a little bit more than double the amount of traffic, which is like, but we had been so busy like since we opened here that I kind of didn't realize it. So it'll be interesting to see how it does now. This and what our summer is going to be like, because our summers before have just been like crazy, like just super busy. So we've made some sort of changes in our marketing and everything, and we have a lot more people coming in all the time. Like we've never been here before, and they're locals, right? So the word's getting out there, which is nice. And then we've got all the candy, and we've sort of started on novelty stuff now, and that's bringing people in. Just people come in just to buy that, and then hopefully on Monday, I'll be in here on Monday. We'll be closed, and I'll be able to finish the last little bit I need to get our coffee going, which is something that has just sort of dragged on. The last few days that I've been in here working, I really needed to get my workshop going, because I need a workshop. I'm tired of not having one, and there's stuff that I need to do in there, and I've got a whole bunch of games that I want to sell, but I can't sell them until I work on them. So I want to kind of like clean up my workshop at home. My workshop at home is just storage. It's just filled with stuff. And I want to get, and some of it's selling, some I want to fix up, some I want to have in here, whatever. But David says we've been slower than we hoped, really slow this year. We had to downsize our footprint, still have 17 pinball machines on the floor. We could work on our marketing a bit. What we did, it was something that I realized. So the name of the company has always been Sevens Pinballorama, day one, Sevens Pinballorama. And the name, actually branding it with my name, came from, I wanted to do something in the style of like the 50s. That's why we did the O-Rama type thing. And so when I was doing research on companies from the 50s and their design aspects and a bunch of other stuff, it seemed like a lot of places they he's trying the chicken hat on. Chicken hat and alien glasses. But it seemed like a lot of places, like it was always like, you know, Bob's Tavern or you know, Jerry's Bolorama. It was always branded by like someone's first name. So that's why we did Sevens Pinballorama. But I spelled it out, S-E-V-E-N. And
That's crazy. I love it.
That works so good.
chicken hat.
How much are they?
Chicken hats are
Wait, hats plural?
Another one. No, you gotta hit the pin nose though.
chicken. Where the heck is it? Chicken hats. $9.99.
I don't know how to use
That and the sunglasses.
They're not. They're fun glasses.
What?
They're
I
fun
wouldn't
glasses.
want to use them to protect the sun. They're fun.
That and those all together, $19.53. All right.
Keep the change.
Thank you.
Now I've been told I have to wear it for the rest of the night.
Switchblade of the fucking. Oh. Yeah. We gotta get to. No, you look like Frozen. Yeah, Frozen. You gotta get them. No, please, Frozen.
Can I get a picture of you and put it on Facebook and stuff?
Yes, totally. Go for
Awesome.
it.
How many chicken hats do you have? I'm putting earring on too. What do you mean? I'm putting earring on.
Put your hand up more. There you go. I have I have 3 more chicken hats.
How much are they again?
3 more.
How much do they cost?
Oh, they're $9.99.
$9.99.
Yeah.
No. Avery, you're right.
That's a beauty. That might
Good.
rival Dad's, actually.
What?
It might rival Dad's root beer.
I like this. Yeah.
Me too. It's been a while.
$3.16.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Stupid tap. Save you the screen flip. Make a good
They
serve.
are, sir.
You think it would help though?
You lower the night complex a little. Oh yeah, Logan.
Oh, you found the censored ones. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So 2 chicken hats and the glasses.
Maybe I'll get another pair.
All right.
What do you think?
Making a mint tonight.
What?
Making a mint tonight.
You know, it's that all of these funny little things have been a really big hit. Like the sunglasses have been a lot of fun.
It's great. I love it. It's like you see people with them, like, where the hell do you get them?
All right, 2 hats and 2 glasses.
Red. Does look good.
Oh. The gang will grow, Anthony.
39.05. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's doing it. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I can rock this all day, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can rock it all day, for sure. I can rock this for like 5 minutes. Get these too.
Right on.
Damn it.
$16.08.
Glasses for these.
Hey, can I get a picture too?
Hey, you can take a picture.
Oh, where is your super? Wait a second. Slow down. Wait for all to get
Well, it's a sensor glass. It goes so hard.
Get together. Frozone, come here.
Where is my super suit?
Why do
Thanks.
I smile like you can see it?
Awesome. All right. $8.04.
Perfect.
What?
What do you do for the claw machine?
Say it again?
How do you use the claw machine?
Oh, it's $1 a play. So you put a coin in, yeah.
Is it tuning work?
No, but I could break it for you.
Okay.
One tuning, sir.
And don't wait too long to dig or it'll dig itself.
Join the flock. The eagle flies with the hawk.
Squeeze past you here real quick.
Nice.
Oh, we got Logan Pullman. We got the gotcha.
Oh, I thought that's
Hey, one more chicken head if someone wants it.
No.
It was right up in my
God.
I'm so glad I'm 21. You look really good.
Yo, this chicken not funny.
I don't like how good some of this stuff looks is the issue.
Like an Avery with the small glasses. That's back in the bed, not good, but it looks good.
They're all different sizes and they're
Yeah.
not in any sort of order. You have to kind of dig.
Yeah, I thought so.
see you, Logan.
See ya.
Have a good one.
See you later.
We gotta renew another hour.
Oh, they were? Okay. Are they staying for long?
Probably.
Okay, yeah. I'll get that ring.
What time did you guys come in?
5:40. 7:40.
5:40. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys split it. All right. First person, $8.63. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. And 860. Are you gonna get the ring too?
Yeah, I might get the drink or something too.
Oh, okay. So this is 862 for this. Yeah. You're good. And I'll just change that to 940.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Is that your friend who just left in the little Miata? Yeah. I used to have one of those. I love that car.
My cousin has the same one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, white, and he doesn't drive it during the winter though. It has the
Oh, they're horrible in the winter. Yeah. Rear wheel drive.
yeah. It has the convertible too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The first one I had was a 90, which was that here, the A, and then the last, and I had that for a while. I had both the soft and hard tip top for it, and then I bought a B or a C. I don't remember one. A slightly newer one, but still the same old design. And I like that one better, but it didn't have the flippy up headlights, which I really like. But
Yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah. They stopped doing the flip up headlights at some point.
it was after the first year, after the first model.
Was it?
Yeah. The A series had them, the B series didn't. They had kind of funny. And then the third, yeah, they never came back after that. But there's just something charming about those,
Yeah.
right? They just look funny, right? Yeah, I like
Some
them.
people they do like where they have fun and they can do like different waves and stuff. That's funny too.
And what was really trendy for a while was instead of having the single headlight, you swapped it out for two smaller ones, and so it only popped up. You changed it so they only popped up like about that far, and then the little halogen lights would be in there with the lenses on them.
Really?
Yeah,
That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
they look a little like they're scowling. They're not so like hi. Sorry, busy. Yep. Why don't I have a thing? I usually have a thing here that tells me. There we go. I was gonna say I usually have something that shows me like some stats and stuff like that on the stream, but
Yeah,
good stuff. All right.
I've never had that before, but I've seen it.
Grape is one of my favorite grape sodas.
Is it?
It is, yeah. It's really good.
Pop it.
Yeah, I'll give you a lesson on how to do it. And that is fan $10.05. Go ahead. Okay, so you take the outer thing off.
Okay.
And then this, you want to pop that little center part out of the middle.
Like that way?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to take this part out. And that part you need.
First time.
So then put that on top of the little marble. And then that's what you push down on. There you go.
Oh.
And then you can throw all that stuff away. And then when you drink it, see these two little dimples there?
Yeah.
That goes towards your face, and the idea is that holds onto the marble, so it doesn't go and
Yeah.
plug the thing, right? Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I have to send something to Sophia. Right. Okay. What was I saying? What was I saying before I was interrupted with people in chicken hats? It looks like that looks like that has fixed itself. It's no longer lagging. All right, good. Actually, the sync is pretty. It's not too laggy either. It's a little bit stuttery, but I think we'll be all right. Right. I was telling David about about our name. So yeah, in the 50s, a lot of businesses like coffee shops and bowling alleys and taverns and stuff, they always named it like Bob's Tavern or Jerry's Bowlarama. So that's, since we were going after that sort of design style, when I decided on the name Pinballorama, I thought we'll just call it Seven's Pinballorama. That's really the only reason. But we spelled it SEVEN, Pinballorama. So if we're in some sort of web listing and and our name starts with an S, we're kind of down at the last 2/3 of the list. So we did a rebrand and we changed the name to Number 7 Pinballorama. It's a 7'S Pinballorama, and now we end up at the top of the list, which seemed to work. I didn't know if it was going to or not, but yeah. So that kind of was fun, and it actually makes sense because a lot of people weren't reading the name; they just glance at it. And it was in a cursive script, and so people thought it was Stevens Pinballorama. So it actually goes to solidify that, and really everybody just calls it Pinballorama anyway. So that's the new design. So this was the old logo, right? Very 50s kind of thing with the script that says Sevens. It's a little blurry, I apologize. So that was but the problem with that is it's very long and rectangular and it kind of sucks. So when I redesigned it, I just did it like that. So it's just nice. It's square. It's easier to read, right? And everybody just calls it Pinballorama anyway. So just having the 7 in the background is kind of just an added thing. But that we have one in the window of the new design, and you can read it from the street. But same size in width with the old logo, you wouldn't be able to read it from the street because the Pinballorama is too small. So I have a sign that's 4 feet by 4 feet that's going to go over our back door in the back, and then we have an area in the back that there's a light that's over our bay, and we can put a sign there too, or on our bay door. But we have the arcade thing above on our bay door, so I mean that people, because the way that the back of the building is, if you're heading this way, you can see the arcade above the bay door right there. But if you're heading this way, if you're going that way, you can't, because of the way it's angled. Hi.
Sorry to bug you. Just wondering if you can switch that to 2 players.
Yeah.
Dart speed.
So if you go
Oh, okay.
up here, hit that, end game, and then you can pick 301, 501. Do you want cricket? What do you want to play?
I don't know. Now, let's count up's like the highest score, right?
Count up is player 1, player 2. I don't know how you play this.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just points. That's
Yeah,
good.
looks like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Let's do that.
So it'll after you get your 3 darts in,
Yep.
they'll register here dart 1, dart 2, dart 3.
Yep.
It'll tell you to hit this to change player.
Okay.
Remove the darts first,
Okay.
then do it.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because it takes it a certain amount of time, and then it'll make the board active again.
Okay.
So if you pull the darts first and then hit it, you don't accidentally trigger it for the other player.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, so the last few weeks, right now we're closed Monday, Tuesday, and so we have Jacob has been coming in and working Wednesday, and then I'm coming in. I'm working Thursday through Sunday. And then I come in on Monday when we're closed to get a bunch of little tasks done around here that we've been meaning to do and everything. And then I have Tuesday, Wednesday off, so I still have 2 days off. So we're doing that this month. We open 7 days a week on Sunday. We start that on Sunday this month, Sunday the 22nd. So I won't really have a whole lot of time to work on stuff, so I'm trying to get everything finished now. So David says, like the new logo, even though the old one is classic. I like the old one just because, and it looks good on a shirt. Film change.
Yeah. What do you got going on here?
Live stream.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. We do it every once in a while on a Friday night or a Saturday night. So we've got the 4 cameras around. This one is actually that tablet up there.
Oh,
so I can go mobile with it.
Yeah.
And I can change it to my phone, and then change this. Like if I want to go over to one of the machines or something, I can take my phone, attach it to this, and then change it to that scene, which we call Camera Safari Adventure Time. And I actually have a pretty good range on it. I mean, it connects up with, it uses the Wi-Fi in here, so as long as I can reach the Wi-Fi, it'll work. It's kind of cool. And this is going out on YouTube and Twitch right now. So I haven't done it for about a month because I've been so busy.
Yeah. What does that mean? Three viewers at the moment?
3 people watching right now. 13 since we've been on. Chat is here.
Hello, people.
David has his own arcade in Vermont.
Vermont.
So he's an arcade owner too.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a pinball arcade.
You guys must have a pretty tight-knit community.
You kind of get to know other arcade owners. Like I know a fair amount of them around, and I got to be sort of buddy with a guy down in California. He saw a thread that I had made on Reddit or something. I don't remember. I was answering a question about working on a pinball machine or something, and I don't remember exactly how we got connected. But he sent me a message. We started talking back and forth. We were both trying to open up an arcade at the same time and running the exact same things. But I was in BC and he was down by Anaheim, and it was sort of funny how it all played out. And then really our stories are very, very similar, and we were collecting like the same games. Like our inventory looked almost identical. He had a few more arcade games early on, and then he opened up and had to move, right? And so we opened up at the other place, had to move, right? It's
Have
like
you guys
really funny.
Traded any equipment or like parts or like?
With him, no, because he's so far away. Because he's down in California, it's a little bit. But I do have I have games in here from other arcade owners where there's a guy in Halifax that has one, and there's a guy in Moncton who has stuff, and a lot of times they'll contact me first and just say, you know, I've got this machine that I'm thinking of getting rid of. Are you have any interest in it? And then, yeah.
Do you find many that are beyond repair and just use them for parts?
Look down at the stairs in the backpack there.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me. So this one, I gotta call. These people had bought a house, and this was in the shed. So it's a little rusty. I'm gonna open this, but it's gonna chirp here. There you go.
Oh wow.
Not salvageable.
Yeah.
My God. Well, whatever. It'll stop in a second. And then that's the back box for it. And it's really a shame. This one has an animated back box, and it pops the balls up and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this one, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to strip off all of these plastics are just destroyed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to strip all of this stuff off. I'm going to clean it up. I don't know if I'm going to leave anything on the playfield or not. Well, I'll pull it out and it's going to hang on the wall.
That's good. Yeah.
And then this box, I'm going to empty it out. I'll clean it all up. And then I'm going to turn this into a virtual machine. So I have virtual pinball on it.
Oh, yes.
And I only want one game on it, and that's Space Cadet.
Yes.
Yes.
Space Cadet 3D. Yes. Yes.
Someone has ported it to the virtual framework.
The first time
Yeah.
we were here, we all went home and we were on Discord, and that's what I was doing. Is I was playing Space Cadet.
Yeah, it's people have tried to actually make a physical version of it, but
Yeah.
you can't
No.
because of the way that the ball moves
just not
under the
possible.
table. It's just People have tried multiple times, but you can't. But someone has ported it over to the I forget what framework.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different ones, but someone has ported it over. I played it and it was fantastic. And it's very similar. It's a little bit thinner because it has to fit in with the specs of the right the right percentage. It would have been a really, really wide body if it were a real table. Wider than like the biggest.
Like a regular spec.
Yeah, the biggest wide bodies were like Genie over there.
Yeah.
I have, I think, 5 machines that are that width. And then they came out with the newer wide bodies, which are like Royal Rumble and Roadshow. And they're really not that much bigger, right?
No,
But if you look at the size of Genie over here, it's big.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Space Cadet probably would have been more like that, or maybe a little bit wider. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love Space Cadet. Like back when I was maybe like 6 years old at my grandfather's cottage, he had this Windows XP laptop, and that's what I spent all my time doing, was playing Space Cadet on XP.
Yeah, and what I think is going to be kind of fun about having it in that cabinet is a lot of people will build virtual machines out of old cabinets and stuff, but they'll just use one of these with a back box like that.
Yeah.
But I like that has a wedge head like volley, so it's a triangular. It's sort of that sort of weird shape one, and I'll be able to put a monitor behind there just fine, like an old 4x3 monitor.
Yeah.
And then have a lot of people put one of these in. So on this, a 19-inch square monitor would come up to it'd be about like this,
And you'd have room.
and
for,
you'd
like,
have room
speaker
for the
set
display and everything else
display.
below it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be funny. And no, I've never seen a virtual one in a wedge head cabinet before, so that'll be fun.
That would be cool.
But all I want to run is just Space Cadet. I don't want to run anything
it's
else.
like you don't need anything else. That's the most famous one.
Yeah.
It's the best
Although there was a game, my friend had a virtual cabinet set up, and he had one called Barn Find, and I forget what game it was, but someone had taken basically a play field in the back glass that existed, and they just in the artwork they made it look like that one, right? Like it had just been sitting in a barn for. It was all rusty and dirty and gross,
yeah.
and the virtual ball was all rusted, and it was fun, right? It was
That's
just
kinda
goofy
cool.
looking. The back glass was flaked like this, only really, really bad. And every once in a while, a cockroach or something would run across the playfield, and if you hit it, you made points.
That's cool.
So that might be the only other one I might load up
Like
to
creative
play.
stuff like that. Yeah.
But I think mostly just Space Cadet.
That would just be what people would want
Yeah.
to see. That's cool.
And they have haptic feedback in them now that are really cool. Like when you hit the button, it'll give it a little bit of a like there's an actual solenoid that fires to give it the feedback.
Yeah.
Then that'll be fun. Yeah.
Is that yours?
I don't know whose that was.
Get it out of there.
It's empty though. Right. Oh, out lane. How's it going? Sorry. Let me get caught up here. Davis says I like the new logo, even the old one is classic. The nice thing about the old logo is it works really good on a shirt because it's like horizontal, right? The new one looks good on a shirt too because it fills up the whole front. Yeah. Love the Neo Geo. You running a multi-game cartridge? No. I just have one, and it's bubble, bust a move. There's a story behind that one. Last year, in I guess a little bit over a year now. So, when Sophia was a kid, her mom and sister would go to the laundromat and do laundry. And they had a bust a move in the laundromat. So she's a little kid, right? Playing this game. And so she had very fond memories of this thing. So her mom got sick. Let me back up. So a friend of mine had the Neo Geo, and he offered it to me, and I said maybe, I don't know. And then I kind of forgot about it. But then, so Sophia's mom got sick, and so she had to go back to BC. And so her mom's in the hospital. Her mom's got cancer. Like it got kind of heavy and bad. So while she was gone, I went to my friend and I said, I will take that Neo Geo from you. And then I found a Bust a Move cartridge. Someone in the States or something had that shipped up, got it all set up. So when she came back, this was her. I gave her this game to kind of make things better. So that's hers. So it's just it's just ready to Bust a Move. And that came with Fatal Fury. So I have that cartridge around. I thought about running a multiple cartridge in it for only about a half a second, because what I've found is that if you give someone too many options, they don't play anything. We had the consoles in, and I had brought in, I mean, normally we run like, with the NES, we just run like the Mario and the Duck Hunt. And with the GameCube, we just run a couple of things. We change them a little bit. Mostly it's Smash Brothers or Mario Kart or something like that. But I had bought, all right.
It's a bit of a vibe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That will come in handy later.
And $14.99.
We paid for an hour, was it?
2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, what's the time on your hand? So 8:55? Yeah, so you're good for another hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just forgot about the whole hour thing, so I just don't want to be like chilling here and you're like.
All right. $27.89. Go ahead.
I'll be back.
If you want to keep this just back here, you're welcome to.
Well, I'm going to run something else. Just run those chicken ass there to the car before people start losing it. The other one, I'll make sure someone has.
Oh, so I bought like one of those Sega Genesis multi-game retro all-in-one kind of things. 30, 40, 60 games, I don't know how many. I just wanted Toe Jam and Earl. And we had a Sega Genesis, but I couldn't find a Toe Jam and Earl cartridge, so I broke down and I got this other thing. We set it up in the arcade. And I would load it up with Toe Jam and Earl. And someone would play it for about a half a second, and then they'd learn they could back out and go to the menu, and then they just scroll through the menu. And they'd pick something on the menu, here's this dolphin game, and they'd go into the dolphin game, and they'd play it for a few seconds, and then they'd back out of it. It's like when you want to watch a movie and you log into Netflix and you spend 45 minutes just scrolling through titles of like, what do I want to watch? But you don't watch anything. It's that, right? But if I were to have just a Sega Genesis with Toe Jam and Earl, people would sit down and play it. So I'm kind of against having multiple games on a particular machine, just because I think if you give people too many choices, they don't know what to do. But if you give them just one option, they're fine with it. They'll just play it. If they want to play it, they'll play it. So. Outlane says, what game? Do tell. That is what we were looking at. It's Bowling Queen, Gottlieb 1964 Bowling Queen. Someone called me the other day. They years ago they bought a house on 40 acres. I don't know how many acres it was. It was actually a family home type thing where you've got a whole bunch of acres, and there'd be houses kind of scattered through this acreage, and the whole family would kind of live in their own segmented out 5 acres of land or something. From what I understand, it was something like that. So the father lived in this one house. There was a shed. This pinball machine was in the shed. It sounded like they bought this like maybe 10 years ago. They had fixed up one of the other family houses, parceled that off, sold that, and they were kind of in the process of kind of selling off everything over the years. And so they've got down to this, the father's house. He had died a while ago when they bought the property. And they didn't, I think they kind of went through the house. They took out like the obvious valuable stuff, but the stuff that was just sort of like, they left. And then it sounded like a few years ago, some wayward teens found the house. That's kind of secluded in the middle of these woods. And they decided to break every piece of glass they could find. And so they broke all the windows. Like when I was looking at I didn't go in or around the house, but I was looking from the back of the house. And look, every window that I could see was all busted. The pinball machine was in the shed, and it had been busted up. The back glass had been broken. There were actually steel balls this big around laying in the playfield. I think that they had thrown at the machine. Some of the plastics are all busted up, and the playfield glass was not present, and I didn't see evidence of it being there, so it probably had broken some time ago. But this was in a shed that like wasn't. I mean, the roof was fine, but it was sitting. It didn't have a floor, so it was just dirt. In fact, the pinball machine looked like it had been sitting on a wood floor that maybe was wood years ago. Now it's newer dirt, and the legs had like sunk in this far into this dirt, this wood dirt. I threw the legs out. They were bad. It was on legs, like it was all assembled. It was all together. Luckily, if it had been folded up, it would have been toast. It would have just fallen up, or the bottom would have rotten out, and the whole thing would have fallen over. But so that's the one thing that saved it. But it's not recoverable. There's just way too much rust. There was a critter living inside. I'm going to make a video of it. So it's sitting in the back stairwell back there. And if it's not raining tomorrow and it isn't too bad, or maybe I'll do it on Monday. I might come in actually on Tuesday too, because I'm running out of time to get my coffee finished. But one of those days I'm going to take a few minutes and break it down, and we'll pull the playfield off of it. There's some things that I think I can salvage, like all the Jones plugs. The score motor seems to move. I think it's fine. I could try plugging it in just to see what happens. I mean, why not, right? And maybe I'll do that first. I'm hesitant to get too far. Like I'm already resolved myself that I'm gonna gut it, and I don't want to convince myself like, oh, I can restore this thing, because it's not worth restoring. It's like it's pretty fucked. There's no, if I had the glass, then it would be even worse. How'd you do?
Good. It's a lot of fun, actually. A lot of fun. That's a cool setup. Yeah. I hadn't played duck hunt in a long time either, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah. When I found that big CRT,
yeah,
I was just like, I have to have that for duck hunt.
Yeah. Like me. That's a good time. Impulse buyer for the core.
I actually, it showed up on Facebook Marketplace when we were over at the other location.
Oh yeah.
And I forget what day it was. It was like maybe I called him on a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
And I said, look, he only wanted like $30 for it or something. He was in Charlottetown. And I said, look, I really, really want this, but the way that I'm working here, I won't be able to get over there until like Sunday or something, right?
Yeah.
He's like, are you in Charlottetown? I said, well, no, I'm in Cornwall. He goes, I'll bring it to you. I just want it out of my house.
That's hilarious.
Can't beat that. Somebody would have paid you to take it off his hands.
Yeah,
For $30.
yeah.
Nice TV like that. It's an old gamer's TV. Remember
Yeah.
the ones with the dials? Oh man, that was when I was like probably 3 or 4 years old.
You
Our-
mean like the ones that look like a table thing?
No, it's like on the side. There's like dials on the side.
Dial tuner. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember those.
And usually it was U, 2, 3, up to 13. And if you
Yes.
clicked it to U, that was for the UHF channel, which was a different dial down below.
It was like,
Yeah, which had like 40 channels or something. Yeah.
Oh man, that takes me back.
First TV that we had when I was a kid was a black and white TV.
okay.
And I loved when you turned it off. You turn it off and it would go pew to a little dot, and it would take about a minute and a half for that little dot to finally go away. And I remember like looking at it, and if you look really close, you could see the image in the little tiny dot, right?
That was cool. That's going way back. I
Yeah.
remember them though.
And you know that TV wasn't very thick. It was probably a 13-inch black and white TV, but it was probably only about that deep. Like it really didn't have a big long throw tube. It was. I remember it not being that deep. And it sat on a wire rack, like a caddy that you could move it around from room to room if you wanted to. And it didn't. It was like, because my parents, they grew up without a TV,
Yeah.
and I don't think either of them had a TV. I think this black and white was the first TV for both of them.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't, TVs weren't a central point in your living room or anything, right?
Yeah.
That's why it was on the wire rack so you could move it out of the way.
Oh yeah,
right?
nice.
And it was out of the way, and oh, we want to watch TV, then you pull out the TV.
I'm gonna get a couple drinks for the road if I could.
Of course.
Yeah.
All sugar in.
Oh, I gotta get a few of these because I've been craving these since last.
Sorry, let me take care of these guys and I will be back with you momentarily. Oh.
I gotta take some home. Well, like I said, I had them down in Maine last year, and I was just like, because I drink a lot of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried the Starburst ones down in Maine, and I was like, oh my god, these are amazing.
776.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Give you a little caddy.
Oh, wicked! Thank you.
Yeah, I have another case of those upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'll get them in again, but I
Yeah.
brought it in. I like to bring stuff in and just
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
so things are always changing. But
Yeah, exactly. Oh, can I bug you for a receipt?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh no worries. Yeah, I love the new place, man. It's awesome.
Ah, thanks. Yeah. That's gum from Japan.
Oh no way.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
See you again.
All right.
We'll be back.
See you guys later.
We'll be back. Take care.
Yeah. I completely forgot what we were talking about, but that's all right. Yeah. The I remember now. We were talking about the bowling queen. But I don't want to convince myself that I can restore it. I have enough. I have a bunch of machines at home that are going to be far easier to restore. That one would just be I don't think it would ever get finished. It'd be one of those things that would just take forever, right? And it probably, by the time you're done with it, if I had a back class, it would be a little bit harder to not do it. But I got a few others. Something else that we pulled out of a shed not too long ago. What was that? It was God, I don't even remember. It was the same sort of thing. Someone had it. They didn't know what to do with it. And I got it for just, I don't know, like $50 or something like that. The cabinet had been painted, but it was complete. He had like the back glass and everything, but it's rough, and it's one of those things like, do I buy it and gut it? Do I scrap it for parts, or do I try to fix it? And like I had that Stampede that was the same. Some guy drove up with this Stampede on his trailer, all set up on his trailer, and it was complete. And it was just one of those things like, well, I can fix it, even though that Stampede was pretty rough too. I ended up selling that as a whole thing, and passing it off to a guy on the island that wants to start fixing up pinball machines and stuff. So that's a great project for him. But yeah, so this one, because it's not complete, I just want to gut it. And I think it'd be fun to have a virtual machine in a wedge head, because you never see that, right? And I can use a 4x3 monitor in the top of the wedge head, and then down below there would be enough room for a DMD type thing. And I don't know how much of you heard what I was talking there, is that the only game I really want to run on it is Space Cadet. Someone has ported it over. They've done a really good job in one of the virtual pinball frameworks. I don't remember which one, but I played it, and it on the virtual machine that was set up was not a top of the line by any means. Just sort of a basic computer, basic video card, and the Space Cadet ran beautifully with no lag. So that's one of my big problems with virtual pinball games, is that there's enough lag there that it bothers me that I can't play it. But this one didn't have any lag at all. I mean, there's not a lot going on in that game, so the artwork's pretty straightforward and whatever. So that's really what I want to get going. So that's what Bowling Queen is going to end up being, I think. And then I'll take whatever I can off the playfield. I'll salvage whatever I can out of it, and then I'm going to hang the playfield on the wall. And the playfield is not that bad. It's not collector's quality by any means, but it's not missing big chunks of paint, right? It's grubby. It'll probably clean up. I'll clean it up very, very carefully. If it's going to be a wall hanging, I may dust it with Varathane just to kind of lock stuff in. We'll see when I get to that point. But David says, Genie, we got our Genie working. She's big. She's a big game. Yeah. I have a handful of games that size. I have a Volcano, a little bit smaller, I think. Still big. I have a Stellar Wars. I have a Panthera, which is no, that was a little bit later than Genie. That's Star Series, whatever it is. Panthera, and then I've got the James Bond 007 one. That's a time game. I would really like to get that in here. I think that I want a couple more big ones in here, because I just have Genie. And it really doesn't take up much more room in the lineup. It's just a big ass game, big playfield. I like Stellar Wars. I don't know what it is about Stellar Wars, but every time I look at that game, it looks square. Like, it's so wide, but it's not any wider than Genie. It's just something about the way the artwork is or the way the layout is. It just looks like a big square playfield. Yeah. Windjammers is my favorite Neo Geo game. I don't know that one. Bust a Move is that it seems to get played a lot. People seem to enjoy that one. I like it. That's Outlane says, I had a multicade once, and there's so many options that makes none of the games seem special because you don't have time to explore one game. That's it, yeah. Got a Stern Bond Pro. That's different. I like the old the James Bond 007 Gottlieb one because it's a time game. And, I actually have the chipset for both. So I could do the time game, or I can do I can swap it over so it's 3 balls a game. But there's no point in doing that because half the features on the playfield don't, because it's all about adding time. When you start your game, you have a certain amount of time to complete certain things, and if you hit just the right things, you can play for a really long time, and if you hit the certain amount of things that are okay-ish, then you play for about as long as you would on a regular 3-ball game, right? You're stopping the clock, you're adding time and doing that kind of thing. My backlash on James Bond is not great, though, unfortunately. Yeah, I haven't seen it for a while because when I moved, that's one of the games that I haven't even uncovered yet. It's still packed away. When I packed up all the games to move, that were some that were in the original containers that we shipped over here. I took all the back glasses out and stored those in, I could pack them up in boxes. And then the pinball machines, we had 3 shipping containers. We had 1 shipping container filled with household goods and the stuff that we wanted, and the pinball back glasses. And that container came over right away. That basically left at the same time we did when we drove across and came here from BC. So we took, I don't know, 11, 12 days driving across. And then the shipping container took like 45 days or 30 days, something like that. Thom says, any chance that when you're under the glass on Pinbot, could you give me the dimensions on the supports for the ramp cover? My Pinbot's not set up. It's folded in the back room. It had some issue. So I'd be happy to do it, but it's folded up at the moment. I'm getting my workshop working and running here. And so once I do that, I'll be able to set up a couple games and start working on them. So maybe that probably won't happen until the espresso is going, because I have such limited time before summer rush hits. But yes, I would be happy to do it for you when I can. Yeah. David says, Panthera's a System 80, not quite as wide as Genie. We bought both off of a guy who gave up trying to restore them. We got another machine for him, Strikes and Spares. That's our next project. So I like Strikes and Spares. It's a good game. Yeah. Yeah, my Genie was problematic. That one came to me. That one found me. We were in BC, and some guy, he was in the middle of BC somewhere, and he sent me an email or something and said, hey, do you have interest in a Genie? And I said, I don't know, maybe, like, it depends. And he's like, oh, it's a beautiful shape, and da-da-da-da-da. And then he tells me that it's not his. He ran across someone who's selling it. And so I'm like, oh, he's going to buy it and then unload it on me for a whole bunch more money, right? And then he told me it was like in the middle of BC somewhere. I was like, well, I can't go and get it. He goes, no, you don't understand. He knew about what we were trying to set up and do in Vancouver. He's like, I'll pay the guy what he wants for it if you want it, and I'll bring it to you. And it was like $600 or something. Like, it was dirt cheap. And he goes, I think it all works and it's in great shape. He took a few pictures, he sent them to me. So he like bought it off the guy, delivered it, and I paid him, and he just dropped it off and off he went. It was really cool. But it was like in gorgeous shape, and I thought it worked, but I never set it up and tried it. And for some reason I had it in my head that it worked. And so when we were setting up the arcade here, like I used it on a video of how to set up and break down machines and put them on legs. So it started in that video, but I never ever plugged it in and turned it on, just because I assumed it was working. We got to the arcade at the other space. I was like, oh, Genie works, grab that one. It didn't work. And it was glitchy as hell. Like it just had so many problems getting that guy going. It the power was flaky. There were some other problems. Like I don't remember what it was. And it was I was rushing to get machines set up in the space for opening, right? So it was one of those things that I'm under the gun to get us going at the space. I'm setting up the space. I'm getting the electrical run and set up in there. I've got other games that used to work fine, and then I turn them on, and then they go poof in a puff of smoke. That's what happened to my Blackwater 100. Is that we ran that? I don't know how long we ran that in my house. Ran great. We ran a million games through it. It was great fun. Bring that into the arcade. Got it set up. Turned it on. Nothing. I took the glass off of it. Did what you do first. I wiggled all the cables, right? Like seated the unplugged them, seated them back in. Usually that works. I noticed that one of the fuse had blown on it, so I replaced the fuse. Turned it on. Flash of spark off of the one of the boards. I forget which board it was. The fuse popped. Puff of smoke. That happened. Like, great. I didn't have enough time to even like troubleshoot it at the time. Like, I just pulled it up and said, "Fuck it, get it out of here." But Genie was the same sort of thing, and so I was like dicking around with it. I did have some knee wump boards, so I tried 2 knee wump boards that are MPU and something else. I forget. And then finally I was like, screw it, I'm tired of dicking around with this. Like, I would get it almost there, but it wouldn't fix the problem. So I just ordered an all-in-one board from Pascal in France. Plugged it in, turned it on, worked fine. Well, almost worked fine. There was a glitchy switch matrix problem, which I eventually found the diode was one of the legs of the diode had broken off in the switch matrix, which was causing all kinds of weird glitchy problems. But I had thought that I had checked all of the diodes, and I like visually looked at them, but I didn't pull each and every single one of them. So, and it was only triggering every now and then. Like it was mostly touching most of the time, but every once in a while it would disconnect, and then you'd have all this glitchy stuff would happen. And whenever you lifted the playfield, it was the way that it was positioned was enough to make that diode touch, and the problem would go away. So it was really a pain in the butt to troubleshoot. Yeah, we put. You said David says we put a flipboard in our Genie solved a multitude of problems. Yeah, that's. I have a Volcano that it's had a bunch of little quirky, unusual things going on with it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw one of these boards in it, and then I don't have to worry about it. Like a brand new board works perfectly fine. Genie's been like trouble-free day one. Although a drop target or something broke on it, and a couple other little glitchy things, but like the framework of it has been perfectly fine. And that's the Volcano has never worked 100%. It's like we had it set up, we played it for a little while, and then the subway stopped working, and then we run it for a while, and something else would stop working. It was just glitchy, right? But it's not. I don't think it's on the. It's on the. I think it's all on the circuitry and everything. It's had everything done to it that's supposed to have done to it, but it's still kind of. So I was like, great. I brought it into the other location. I was like, I'm gonna work on it. I'll get it all set up, and then I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna put one of Pascal's boards in it. And I looked on its website, like it covers everything but Volcano. It's like, ah. So I shot him an email. I'm like, if you need a test subject, let me know. He's finally got it going though. It's my understanding is that Volcano works. He's got it working on his boards now, and that's one of the ones that I want to bring in here because I really like Volcano. It's a funny, weird game. It's really an unusual game, big wide body thing too, right? But it's got. I'm all about like the weird kind of quirky stuff that people tried. So it's got that little skee ball jump in the back corner, which is cool. It's got the flap like a pitch and bat type game where there's metal flap and the ball comes up out of the metal flap, which is cool. And it's got if I remember, it's got instead of slingshots, Genesis has one. It's like a paddle that it works like a slingshot, but it's a hard metal thing or a hard thing that kicks the ball out, which is kind of fun. Yeah, Volcano's a funny game. It's got that awesome back glass too, with the like Space Invaders has the chaser that goes around it, so it's got that, and then it's a double back glass. So you have your Volcano in the background and some other stuff in the foreground. And yeah, it's just great thing. Captain Retro, hello, how are you? Captain Retro says, if I ever make it to PEI, your place is stop number one. Thank you. We had a couple in today that had been wanting to come in. They were from over in New Brunswick, and they'd been wanting to come in for a while, and they hadn't made it over to the island yet. So they came in. It's like they paid for an all-day pass, or was they? Maybe that was yesterday, actually. That was yesterday. They came in. They were like all-day pass, and they came in, played, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours, left, had dinner, came back, played for a few more hours. Yeah. I have to, give me a second, I have to go see if it's raining, because if it is not raining, I'm going to open my bay door. It's drizzling. Captain Retro says I'm way down south in Atlanta. That's a bit of a drive. I've never been to Atlanta area. I've been down in Florida. And the farthest south I've been in the United States is probably Florida, and then like other coasts like San Diego and stuff like that. But I've never been to Texas or Louisiana or any of those. I always wanted to go to New Orleans. I thought that would be fun. I know some people that live in Austin, Texas, and I haven't made it down there. Now, obviously now I can't, but Captain Retro says the closest I've been is Chicago or maybe Niagara, New York. We're going to Niagara, the Canada side of Niagara Falls in August. It's be my first vacation since I opened. My first time off the island for a vacation kind of thing since I moved here. No, we there's a band. There's sort of a funny story behind it. There's a band that was out in the late 70s. Called the Vapors, and they came out with 2 great albums. I hate their one-hit wonder Turning Japanese, but that was their one-hit wonder song. But the rest of the albums are great. they're both a little bit of Boomtown Rats in it, a little bit of like post-punk kind of new wavy, sort of jangly, sort of speedy guitar kind of things. Fun band. I like them. They did the 2 albums, and then I think they were pretty much broken up with and done with by like 82 or something. But then I had gotten out some old DVDs, and I have a box set of the old TV show The Prisoner, and that's filmed in Port Merion, which is in Wales. And I've always wanted to go there. I always thought that the Village, I always thought was just kind of cool, and because I like the Prisoner show, and so I looked up the Village and looked it up and saw that no fucking shit, the Vapors had gotten back together again, and they're doing New Year's Eve or something like that in the Village, and so I told Sophia that, and said it'd be really fun to go. She said, "Well, why don't we go? Let's go. Like, why not?" Like, yeah, okay, let's go. So we looked up, we bought tickets that night, and we still had, I don't know, 7 months to figure out how we were going to get there and what our accommodations were and the whole thing. But we figured that's fine, whatever. So we bought the tickets, and then we had sort of planned on how we were going to do it, and then one thing led to another, and next thing you know, we've sold the house in BC, and we're driving over here. We bought a house here, and we drove over here, and we got here. So the show was, we got here in September, I think. Hey, all right. I have new ones in the bag if you'd rather have a new one, because I know that these could get kind of scuffed up or.
I gave them a buff with my t-shirt.
All right. Good to go. $8.04. Go ahead. All set?
Awesome.
Yeah. So then we got here. Our house didn't have heat. We didn't have water. It was just a whole big thing. It was fun, but we were camping out in our house. Needed a bunch of stuff done to it, and we didn't know anybody. We had some cats and we had a parrot, and it was like, how can we even plan to go away in a couple of months for a trip when we've got all this other crap going on? So we're like, we'll do it another time. So we didn't go. So ever since then, Sophia's been looking at when the Vapors have been playing. There was the Vapors were doing another show. Another band that I really liked back in the day was Matt Johnson, The. And he kind of basically quit music for a while. And I was talking to her about it, and she's like, "Oh my God, he's playing at this festival of the thing," and so she's like, "Let's go over to London and we'll go on this date." And so she recently looked and saw the Vapors were playing this tour in the United States, and they were doing one show in Canada, and it was in Niagara, and so she mentioned it to me. And it was like, I've never been to Niagara Falls. And she's like, yeah, neither have I. Done deal. I guess we're going to Niagara. Got online, bought tickets. And so we've gone it one step farther, and I think we have, aha.
Sorry. We're just getting some pictures and we'll get out of here.
$15.17. Go ahead.
silly glasses. And
Yeah, awesome. Those are fun, aren't they?
they are very fun.
Yeah. I have I have a bunch more styles coming in too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll be back next year. All right. What is so funny? What is so funny? Yeah, exactly. I don't understand what is so funny. Like, I really just
Yeah, so now we have our tickets to the show. We have our, I think we've got our flights booked in, and we have our accommodations. So, and we're gonna film it. We're gonna film a bunch of stuff because there's an area called Clifton Hill in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side that is just basically like a touristy amusement center kind of thing. And there's tons of arcades and mostly redemption arcades and bowling alleys and stuff. So I actually want to do a couple of videos from there and just kind of walking around checking these places out from an arcade owner's perspective. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's in August, late August. So that'll be good. Captain Retro says I got to play Harry Potter today. It's pretty freaking rad. I haven't even seen that yet. I haven't seen that game yet. I'm so out of touch. David says I see that the Vapors released a new album this year. That'll be fun to give a listen. Hadn't thought about them for decades. So I heard a song that they just released off of the new album. I haven't heard the new album, but I heard the first single that they've done, and it's pretty incredible that you've got this band. I don't know, I think the guitar player, the singer, I don't know who else is original, but it's like they picked up where they left off, and you just don't ever, like, that never happens, right? You have a band that they haven't released an album, they haven't worked together and released an album for years and years and years, and they put out something else, and it's obviously as a musician you grow musically, and you go off in different directions than what you originally did. And I mean, they were kids when they started, right? They were in their early 20s. They had a particular they started playing stuff that was kind of the thing at the time, and whatever, and I could see how after even 10 years it would probably be hard to go back and write some of the songs that you had written before if you were still actively playing and doing all of that, and apparently they have been. But yeah, it was I listened to that song, I was like, holy cow, this could have been right off of their second album. So I'm really interested to hear it. They kept the same sort of thing going on, which I think is nice, right? It would be fun to hear them do an album as well, or a couple of songs as well that aren't in the old style. But it's cool that, you know, if you're a band from a particular era, and most of your fans and people who like you are from a particular era, that's kind of what they want to hear. So it's nice to give them that, right?
Can I get?
Yes.
Here.
There you go. Thank you.
Did I get anything? I got two.
Ah, nicely done.
I dropped.
Did it drop it?
Yeah, drop it.
Oh no.
I picked up 2 items, but the thing dropped.
It scraped it off.
Yeah, it scraped it off. Yeah, let's see. Even on the ride home, let's see. Oh. That's crazy. Get wrong. That's tough. That's tough.
Super fun back if I look into a light, I can't see a thing.
Keep doing that. Look at the screen. Back, look at the screen.
I was like a mile.
You're gonna hand over the chicken fry. Zach, I'm gonna get one with this one. No, why not? Yeah, I'll take one.
Do you mind taking this one with us?
Of course, yeah.
Baby Amanda. What's Logan? Logan. One more photo.
One more with the disposal.
Oh.
So this here fella, it just winds up,
Yep,
flash on. All you got to do is hit the button.
got it.
Boom.
Same thing with this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Get the double chicken. Oh, we got the double chicken. Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready? You want a second one or that good?
No, that's good.
Okay.
We're saving our photos.
And one for this one? Yeah.
We got 10 photos. Flash on standby. All right, you're good.
You'll have to be further away.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's a crazy lens.
It's actually Avery's. I'm just borrowing it. I'm really only stuck with my 28 millimeter
50.
f2. I'm
It's-
looking into getting a 1.2.
The focal range is like there's nothing like.
It's
Oh, there we
really
go.
comfy,
Okay.
so really smooth focusing. Yeah, it's really fun.
Mick, hello. Don't forget you have dinner dates as well when you come to Niagara. That's I found that I've been looking at a few places and trying to figure out stuff, and there's a place that's like a Brazilian meat fest where they walk around with swords filled with meat and they shave it off on your plate. I want to go there. It's like, I don't know, $60 or $70 a plate or something like that, but I want swords filled with meat brought to my table.
My superhero costume.
Okay, and then you're just gonna walk forward, yeah, like on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. There you go.
right. Anything else?
No, not at all.
546. Whenever you're ready. Have you ever opened those before?
Nope.
All right. I'll show you how it works. So you take the top off of it. Hi guys. You'll need that. Okay, pop the center part out. Take this off. So that part goes in here on top of that marble.
Yep.
And then that's what you push down on it. There,
Ah,
there
that's
you go.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And then I'll throw the rest of that away for you if you want.
Thank you.
And then when you drink it, these two little dimples go towards you, and that holds the marble in place so it doesn't plug up the bottle. If you drink it the other way, then it'll plug up the bottle.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
it's this way.
That's right.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, you bet. It's Canadian dollars. And be careful, the US dollar is on its way to par with us.
No. Just blow it off.
I'll have to find some of my old camera gear and stuff and bring it in here and just leave it for the next time you guys come. I would have the bay door open, but it's been raining, so.
Yeah, it's
when it's
probably
not
the heat off the
raining.
machines.
I know it gets warm in there.
I was really trying out serious conversation.
Yeah. It's nice with the bay door open.
Yeah.
Like the last couple of nights have been pretty good. But yeah. Yeah. And then this area has been getting warm because all the fridges just spit out heat.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to move all the fridges onto that wall, and I'm going to run an exhaust vent from here. It'll go up and it'll go out the old bathroom vent, and we'll just put a fan in it, and it'll just suck air out of here. Yeah.
Cool.
Circulate.
That's I have the windows open and then a big fan in the back that's just sucking air in, right? So.
Alright. Where's
We're going to the pub.
No, we are not. I am going back to the hotel and I'm going to sleep.
Someone else is taking this so that you can bring it up at the right time.
I'm sorry, we usually fit.
The bedroom will never be the same.
Whoa.
It's gonna take me all week to get off every single photo. There's just so many photos on so many cameras.
I'm probably gonna spend some time in the dark room tonight.
Oh yeah. I actually do miss that about digital. I used to love working in the darkroom with the enlargers and all the other stuff, and yeah.
I do love that, but I'm getting a little tired of my basement, which is great, because there's this new community that just popped up out of nowhere in Charlottetown Darkroom.
Oh yeah.
I haven't met the guy who's trying to get it started yet, but it's going to be great.
Oh cool.
It just popped up
Yeah.
this summer.
Like a community, like dark room.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's starting.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would actually be interested in doing goofing around in there because, like, I love doing that kind of stuff. But if you rarely mess with it. It's like getting the chemicals and getting everything going, and just to use it for like one night is a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta have like a lot of rolls like he does. You just gotta get like everything done.
And you can find like I don't know how many enlargers and a bunch of other gear, darkroom gear I've seen for free or for like almost nothing, right? Like $20, come and take it.
Yeah, they're like, please get it out of my house.
I don't know how many times I've seen that, and I'm like, oh, I should do this, but I never did.
It's just like certain items on Facebook that you can just get like old stereo systems, like getting like a whole thing of those.
Yeah,
like dark
yeah.
stuff or like beer making.
Beer making's a big one. You can get some stuff that's.
Do you want some beer making stuff?
No.
Damn it. My dad's been trying to get rid of his forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some of my grandfather's old glass kegs
Yes.
in the basement with the weird cork funnels.
Yes, like for air.
It's like wine
Fermentation, yeah.
Can't wait to come again.
Never gets old.
Well, I finally have. I've been working to get my workshop up and going, which is behind that door, and I've been holding off on this to get all of that finished because we're going to 7 days a week at the end of this month.
Okay.
So I've been coming in on Mondays when we're closed and just working on some of the behind the scenes stuff. So that when I next is all getting all of this going, and then I'll finish up the workshop, and then I'll be able to work on games that haven't been in here yet. Because this is a third of what I own.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of games that I've been wanting to bring in, but they just need a little
They
tinkering.
just need a little bit of like,
But-
just like change some balls.
Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah, they need like a new board in it or some board work or a little something here or there. But my workshop at home is no longer a workshop; it's a storage unit. It's
Yeah.
just filled with these on end, right? It's like, and then all my tools ended up here, but I had nowhere to really work on
Work
stuff.
on them here.
So that'll be nice back there. That I'll have it. I've got my workbench set up. I've got a couple machines back there already, and yeah. So hopefully we'll see some changes to the lineup.
Yeah.
These are getting a little stale. But.
You say those tables are all made in England.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so bar billiards is a British game.
Yeah.
Most of them come from England. This one was made in Canada
Okay.
because it actually has a little tag that says Canadian bar billiards on it.
Yeah, okay.
It's not. Most of them were made like. Most of them were made, 50 years ago or something like that. This one is not that old because it's got some elements in it that are clearly newer. And the playfield isn't slate; it's MDF, so it was made, the last 30 years probably.
If there was ever a tear or a perforation in the mat, where would you send it to get fixed?
I would fix it myself. You can buy felts for it
Okay.
and just replace them like any pool table. So yeah.
Play that last time we were here?
We did. It was short-lived.
Everyone kept getting distracted, but I enjoy that game.
I love that game.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite games in here.
Yeah.
Just to sit and shoot. A lot of times I'll play a game by myself and I'll have player one and player two.
Yeah.
And I remember what side I'm on. I put the chalk on this side, that's player one, chalk on this side, player two. And you can actually play against yourself because the shots can get really difficult, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to set yourself up because then that player will lose, and right. So
Yes.
I'll spend a lot of time just practicing. I still want to get. Hopefully by the end of this month, I'll make an order and get the 4 Skittles because we have the version with the 3 Skittles.
Okay.
But there's a version with 4 Skittles,
Yeah.
and they sit in front of each of the forward holes,
Oh.
right? So like the black one sits in front of the
Yeah.
hole. The two in the 4 Skittle versions, the ones on the side are white. They sit in front of the hole, and the one that sits in front of the 100 is a red one.
Yeah.
Has the same rules as the white ones. But
Yeah.
just much harder. Yeah. Oh my heart.
Oh no. Anyway.
What is that? Open it. Pull it.
Slide it towards you. There you go.
Oh, hey, buddy.
All right, 6:32. Nope. Sorry. Go ahead. There you go.
I'm just gonna sit there and play with that.
You're good to go. Yeah.
I only got 11 left.
Just saying though, I love the bathroom signs.
Yeah.
Most inclusive I've ever seen.
I was thinking about putting like something else in there that is like no something,
Yeah.
but I haven't figured out
You haven't
what
figured
yet.
out what yet.
Yeah.
Just another random
Yeah.
thing.
Maybe I'll do that with the mermaid one. Like there's a mermaid on it, but maybe I'll put a little circle across it. Like no
Oh,
mermaids.
No mermaids allowed.
Forget the mermaids. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, the tops. You're like throwing everything around. Yo, can I get these?
Dang.
The feet, the toes? Whose toes are those?
It got him. The spider box got him. That was awesome.
And there's God.
First of all,
Oldest trick in the book.
It says what it is right there. Well, I don't read. First of all.
I apologize for pointing and laughing, but it's part of my nature.
First of all, I'm an arachnophobe, and second of all, I just got scared by a spider over there. So it's fresh.
He hasn't gotten away from the spider today. We were sitting outside, and I just go, "Oh, you have a spider on your neck," and I didn't know he was scared of spiders. And he
Oh
was
no.
He said, "Oh, thanks. That's terrifying."
and he was like, "Just don't say anything." I was like, "What? Do I just gently caress your neck for no reason?" I was like,
Oh, I'd rather.
I have. Speaking of spiders, I have various plushies around here, alien plushies. I just ordered jumping spider plushies, so I'll have those in next week or so.
"Oh, we'll get to see."
Now I know who I can get some from. Salad fingers.
I'm buying a pair of glasses for a girl who likes salad fingers, so I'm gonna ask before I spend money.
Getting the rusty spoon for the salad fingers.
Is there a rusty spoon?
No,
Oh, I
I
was
should-
like,
I wanted to get I had the little finger puppets, and I was gonna get some little ones set up like Hubert Cumberdale and Marjorie Baxter or whatever, and like make sure that all of the finger puppets for him are set up.
that's so fucked up.
We used to have a guy in high school. He had a 3D printer, and he would 3D print those. But every time you opened it, it would pull it back. Like it would, a little hand would come out and pull it back. Or if you flip the switch, a hand would come out and flip it back off.
Those are the luxury switchblade combs.
I've seen a couple of them. I kind of want them, but a lot of them don't like have good comb.
Yeah, no, I mean they're just they're not made for combing your hair. They never were.
I would like one.
Yeah.
That's like a-
thick shit.
It's very happy.
You're
Good
very
night.
happy.
It's very happy. That's what I got. It's good night.
Every time I see the mood rings, I think about that one like Sheen thing where it's like mood ring. It breaks whenever it takes up too many bad vibes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's just like a really cheap plastic that breaks whenever you like hit it.
The tragic thing about mood rings is that the guy who invented it, he discovered a paint that was used primarily for thermometers, like on fish tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
He was a jeweler. He's like, I can do something with this, and so he came up with the mood ring, and he didn't patent or trademark it. He put it out, and just within a couple of weeks, that was it.
Anthony, by your foot.
I get it from Dollar Store, and I actually
Dude, my grade 8 trip, we went to Moncton, and we went to the mall first, and some guy got a thing of fart spray, and then afterwards we went to the Bass Pro Shop in Moncton.
It's good.
You know the fish cave area?
No.
He blocked off one of the exits with like a chair, and then he was like remember, we were in grade 8. The car's like 150 pounds. Like,
Oh, you're getting some soap
man.
from? Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna
he
take it.
$1.72.
And just, so one side was just full of bird spray, the other side was blocked off, and he was like, you can either go through the bird spray,
Good to go.
or you get locked in here.
No, okay. I've got one.
I purposely don't have the tops on them, and they're sealed. So I have a thing like,
Have anybody just come in and spritz it.
yeah,
Where I
if
used
you
to work,
open
we
it, that's
sold
it.
And it came in a plastic seal. But I remember every time we had to open the stock box, it
One of them would break,
No,
yeah.
they weren't broken. Like that's just how
It's
potent it
just
was.
like a-
The bag would
honest.
smell. And then when we
Actually-
sold it, we literally had to be
bag.
like, do not spray it
Yeah,
at all.
not bad,
do not
but
do this. If you spray it wrong, you
first
will be
number
asked
of
to
bites.
leave.
Right,
Like, we know
right.
who you are. We sold it to you. If we smell it, we're going to find you. Like, no,
Right.
yeah, no, that stuff is nasty.
I've been lucky that, what?
How good do these work?
So
They will shock
it
you.
was
I mean,
originally
it's not
supposed
like,
to be liquor
you know,
gum.
your
No,
hair won't
yeah.
stand up and
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
won't,
so it was supposed to be licorice gum,
can't use it
everyone
as a
said it tasted so
defibrillator,
good,
but
they started
it does give you a little bit of a,
and
of
How
a
does it work? You
thing.
just push the end and then it.
Push you in, and it,
I like it.
this is one contact and this is the rest contact.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
it's
when
not
you
a
go
dollar.
to click it, it gives you a little.
Yeah.
Some kids bought one. A brother and sister, mom bought it for them, and they sat out here doing it. They're like, ah, and then the sister would pick it up. She'd go, ah, and they did it like 8 times. They did it.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
This night. And he's talking about the other.
All right, $6.89 with tax.
Lovely.
That's where eggs come from.
Yeah. I got chickens at home.
All right, you're good.
I've got 20 stickers.
20.
No, like just the momentum of
14.
Yeah, it's a good shot getting road.
it.
If you
He held on.
they're $5 for 7 of them, so you can go grab one more, and it'll.
Close to the cardiac arrest.
It's not that bad.
That's like no to your thumb.
Did you feel the
Once you get used
not.
to it, yeah.
Bro, like I topped it. I'm sorry, I topped it, and it was really like I need to impress some buttons.
$17.25.
All the rest is not-
Yeah, like if you welded before, you like shock yourself.
Yeah. Oh man.
Why I'm moving
Ah, this guy's station.
All the Fallout stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's the worst?
It's shameful to admit how much time I put into that series.
They won't let me go.
I'm going through version 4 right now. Like, I'm almost to the point where I get to blow up the blimp, and that's my favorite part. I don't like the brother that steals
No?
it. When I play it, I should make a video because it's so funny. I go up, there's someone with the brother, I'm still friends with them, right? I go up and they're like arrogant, whatever, and I just open fire on them, and I'm like, God damn it. I go back to her and I load up a game like the previous load, and I go up. But it's just instinct, like I want to shoot them just by instinct. And it's frustrating because I'm like, one of them will say, dance will say something, mow them down, it's like, fuck, load, okay, go in. And I go shoot another one.
Do you know Paladin Dance?
Yes.
Is a sin?
Yeah, I've gotten to that.
Okay.
I've played it to that point before. Yeah. And I shot him.
I must have replayed New Vegas like 10 times by now.
New Vegas is
Oh,
great.
man.
Yeah.
I still haven't played New Vegas, but I do own it now. I
Yeah.
played the first one, but halfway.
The first one?
And it's difficult to play.
The first one? Yeah. The first one was fun. The second one, have you played the top-down ones?
No, I haven't. I started at 3. Yeah.
Fallout 2 is aggravating because they take the accuracy system from Fallout 1 and just make it worse. Like, you can't hit anything.
No.
It's just miss, you missed,
Right,
miss.
yeah.
It's just
You have 90% chance and you still miss.
yeah, 99% chance, and you can bet you will miss.
Right.
It's terrible.
I never got into the like sort of that top down. I like the first person
Yeah.
style.
They just
Yeah.
they gave it away for free on
Which one?
the first Fallout and the second.
Oh, yeah.
The
So I just
top-down
thought I'd
games
try
are
it.
fun. Like they're
just
chill.
not the same, yeah.
I like that I can like get it's chill.
The one top down that I really like is Project Zomboid. Yes, that's pretty good. They've been making it for the last 10 years.
Which one?
Called what the?
Project Zomboid.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I just haven't gotten around to playing around with it yet.
It's like a really good like sandbox. It's like the best zombie game
We spent a lot
after
of
the
hours.
zombie craze. Like it came out back in 2010, but it's just been being developed till like now.
Right.
We're just waiting for like the next update so we can be able to play again. Because we don't want to burn ourselves out on it.
Yeah,
We're just waiting for like
Right now they
update
have-
45.
Because they have the beta out for the update, but they don't have multiplayer. So we're like, we can play it by ourselves, but we want to play with each other because that's just.
Yeah.
Right.
I want him to get all of these guys on Fallout 76 for a while now, and
I do own it.
none of us can commit to it.
I don't even know what I own it on, but I do own
It's
it.
gotta
somewhere.
be a winter thing. Dude. We're doing so much.
It's like if you don't
Yeah.
eat these
It's not the time for games. Once it's winter, then it's
die. So he makes these little kids eat fried worms.
13 and he was. 12 or 13 fried worms.
Are you talking about the movie?
Yeah. How do you eat
Yeah.
fried worms?
How do you
My
eat fried
roommate's
worms?
never watched it.
What?
I know. We're just kidding. He said, no.
Where'd you get the worms?
Do it again. Do the shock pen again, but like fully grab onto it.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I just sat there.
I want to fully grab onto it.
Hold on, I actually want to use
What? I don't even know if there's a pen in there.
Yeah, it's
There's a
screws.
pen in there. Oh, it's a screw.
It's a screw pen. That's the thing is you go try the pen and then they do this and then it's screws. Who wants it?
I want to endure. Okay, it's not that bad.
Once you get used to it, it's just scary.
It's
at
the
first.
initial.
It's the initial.
It's not an electrocution, it's a shock.
Oh, there's the use
I got nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, I've been cooking that like all night every time I come in here. It's just instinctive.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I bought glasses.
Throw some rock. He didn't even feel it.
I was just curious.
I think that's really like, is that thinking about I wasn't like, so I think it did.
I'm getting like electric. It's just like
Yeah.
That's evil.
Yeah, I seen that. It's about that's evil.
Go around with
You know what's
cartoon
crazy?
dollars.
You know what's crazy? You don't know.
Yeah.
Real talk is probably asbestos. To be honest,
288.
literally, if you look, I
Go ahead.
think it's
Wait, we're getting here, huh? Okay, yeah.
It's usually like
They're really good.
cornstarch
If you like donuts, they're really good.
Oh, I like donuts.
I just love how it's got zero information on it, other than the fact that the junk powder and construction gas.
Oh, because it's.
Have you ever seen these radiometers? They're photon powered.
Huh.
Oh,
Never seen one of those.
moves with the light. Oh, that's.
They're in a partial vacuum.
Because I didn't realize you needed the water to make the vertigo. But
You
The
don't need the water.
you do.
you do need the water.
Yeah. Whenever you dip the nose in its felt, you need the water.
It
Yeah,
doesn't work without the water.
because the head is felt and the water cools it down,
Yeah.
and so that then you have the differential
a-
between the top and the
It's
bottom.
a really
That's
low
cool.
boiling point water.
Yeah, it's like an
Liquid,
alcohol or
it's
something.
liquid,
Yeah.
And then once it heats up, it goes to the top, and then once it touches water, it
Because I was
goes
playing
down.
with it over there, I couldn't figure. I didn't know you needed the water. I thought the water was just like.
I didn't know. I thought it
That's
just
cool
was a
shit.
momentum thing.
Yeah. Do it. It's doing it. It's doing it.
Joe!
Oh god.
And the radiometers are pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
I
a
like those.
It's not really moving.
Yeah, there's not quite enough. I need to set up. I've got 5 or 6 of them over there, and I want to set up something over here with a light above them so that they're moving.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I feel like a medieval peasant right now.
I've have a Victorian cow that's about to go into a coma.
And check this out. For I have a sealed Dorito bag. Oh my god.
This is a canned item.
There they go.
You'll never guess what this is made of. Aluminum. Is the aluminum? Worth more than gold? You're about to ruin your dad's economy, my man. You find out how to make this
Oh
stuff.
my gosh. Alrighty. They're actually not sour. It's just a sweet pickle. Like, I'm sorry. Because I like pickles.
Thanks
and I was
a
like,
lot.
I'll give it a try.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for
All
coming,
right.
guys. We'll see you next year. We'll see you next year. They don't probably see you last year.
Thank you, Seven.
See you later. See you guys.
I am so glad you guys are not boring. If I read that, I'm like, oh, I should have cool movie.
Okay. Let me go back to here. That was fun. They had fun buying all the stuff. All the doodads.
Sorry.
What?
I forgot to pay for that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
picking that up for Friday.
Well, thank you. $8.04.
Let's double check to make sure she didn't want.
Are these yours?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, because I know.
Well, no, I already bought them.
You right. Yeah.
I
I just didn't know if someone left them.
No.
Okay. Good to go.
Sweet. Thank you. I don't know what I did there. Okay. Keys.
See you later. Oh, what time is it? It's only 9:20. I need coffee. I'm going to step away, make a coffee. I'm going to make an iced coffee because it's warm. I think I'll probably keep streaming for a little bit anyway. I mean, we're empty. I got nothing else to do except for clean machines, which I'd probably need to go and do. So maybe we'll have another wave of people in for date night. Is it still, I mean, it's still kind of early, right? Yeah. Open for almost 2 more hours, so. Iced coffee. Well, in a moment it will be iced coffee. Right now it is lukewarm with some ice. All right, real quick, I'm gonna see if it's raining, and if not, I'm opening the bay door. No, it's really raining. Bummer. That's okay. Yeah, the group that was in here, they're hilarious. There's a couple of them that are really into like old tech camera stuff. So they had the, I think it was a mini DV video camera. They had a Pentax 35 millimeter SLR. And then they actually had a disposable camera, film camera. And I don't know if you heard, I was talking to one of them, and he's got a darkroom at home. He lives in Charlottetown. He's got a darkroom at home, and so he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and go into the darkroom and develop some film and stuff, which is awesome. I miss darkrooms. I used to do that. And I miss the process. And there was something kind of cool about, you know, you've got a picture when a different mindset. Cameras and film are a different mindset. So now digital, you see something, you take 30 pictures of it, right? And you pick out the best. But back then, you know, you had a roll of 24 or 36 frames, sometimes 12, and that's what you had to work with for that roll. And so you had to plan your shots. You had to make sure your exposures were right. You had to, you know, do this and that. So there was a lot of fiddly bit stuff that you would do that was like, you know, real life Photoshop stuff where you're dodging and burning to get an area, a dodge and burn. So you dodge the light, or you burn the light, you let it cook a little bit longer as you're exposing it. So I remember making templates. So you get your negative in the enlarger, you shoot it down on whatever it is where you're going to put your paper down, where you're going to expose your paper. You figure out what you need to do to it, and like maybe you're going to dodge half of it, but only a section of it. So you lay down a piece of paper onto your image, you draw out where you want, you cut your paper, and then you can hold it like if it were just like you wanted to burn a section a little bit longer or make a section lighter. Like for instance, let's use a picture of a mountain, and then you've got the sky. And you want to over contrast the sky and make the sky look a lot darker, but the foreground you don't need as dark. So you would you'd lay a picture down, you would cut out your mountain, and that would cover the mountain, so you could just cook the sky a little bit longer on the paper, make that darker, so you have more contrast. And then, so you put your mask of the mountain over, you turn on the light, you expose your paper for a certain amount of time, then you turn off your light, and then you take the rest of it, you expose the whole thing. And now what you exposed the first time, that's going to be much darker. That's the concept, right? Glockenspiel Pickle, hello. How are you? Coming to Darkroom Talk, yeah. I like the process. I like the smell, right? Like the dark room had a particular smell to it. And I'd been in like bigger dark rooms at universities. I've been in dark rooms. I had one of the high schools I went to had a dark room. It was okay. It's like 10 enlargers around, and the central area. There was one dark room at a community college that I took a photography class mostly so I could use the dark room there, so I had access. And whilst you were in the class, you could basically you had free run of the dark room. You can go in and use it whenever you wanted to, which was really, really cool. You already paid your fees, and they had the chemicals in, so you basically you paid for the paper. You brought in your own paper, and whatever you had for negatives and stuff, but all the chemicals and everything. And they had a really cool like wash, so you go into the developer and you fix it, and then you throw it in the wash, and it was just sort of this big circular wash tub, and your pictures would just kind of float around in the thing and wash them. That was cool. And then you would at the end of the day, you'd have to go and stand by the wash and make sure you'd pluck all your pictures out, right? You didn't want to leave because they could stick together and be on someone else's or something like that. Yeah, man, chicken. So I get 10 times as much footage to wrangle, even though most of it is useless. That's right. Man, chicken, you really missed out, man. I have these. Hold on. So in the store, just for shits and giggles, I'll find stuff and I'll bring in just like 4 or 5 of them, right? And just sell them and see what happens. I brought in 4 of these, and they're just, they're little mask hat thingies. The group that was in here, they bought 3 of them. I don't know, there's 6 or 7 in the group, 7 or 8 maybe, I don't know. And 3 of them had these on. I have to move my chicken hat sign now since they're all sold out except for the one. Put that here, chicken hat. Well, that was a success. I guess I'm gonna have to order more chicken hats. Yeah, that group was hilarious. They kept buying stuff, like they're out there rummaging around in all of the weird novelty items. And I have the latest thing that I've been doing are the fun glasses, right? So I've got, you can see here, if I can figure out how to change this stupid thing. Right in front of that Brotherhood of Steel flag, you can see that spinner with all the different glasses on. There's ones that are like alien eye ones and just all kinds of really wacky ones. And every single one of those people bought some sort of wacky sunglasses. And a couple of them bought like 2 or 3 pair just because they want to give them out to friends. And they're cheap. They're like $6.99, right? Like, how can you not buy wacky sunglasses? Yeah. Glockenspiel says, I had a dark room too at my high school. Took a couple classes in college too. I even have a tattoo of my old film camera. Oh, cool. Yeah. We had a funny story. We had a dark room in my high school, and instead of for doing the negatives, there are a couple ways to do it, right? You could most people they have the canister, so you basically you put the canister that is sealable, and then you can dump the chemicals. You can take it out in the light, or you can do it in a dark room, or red light dark room. You can take it out and you can change your chemicals around in it once it's all in the can. But to do it, it's a little awkward. So there's a metal spool, and if I remember, you kind of did this to it, and that would help wind the film around this little spool, and it was separated out along the rungs, and then you lay it down sideways into this thing, you put the cap on it, and then you have to do that in pitch dark. So there are bags that you put your film in, you put this thing in, the spool in, you put this case in, and there was this big bag, just your hands went in it, and it was all in dark, and you would have to crack the film canister open, whatever. It took a little time to get used to, but after a little bit. My high school thought that was way too problematic. Man Chicken says, I had the hardest time getting my film onto those spiral reels, getting it started in the dark. Yeah. And so if your hands are in this bag where you have limited space, it can be a little bit more difficult. So my high school had this idea. Clever, but ripe for abuse. So they had 2 closets that I think they used to be washrooms. They had plumbing in them. So, and because there were 2, that's why I think that they used to just be single washrooms. And they were closets, like they were not very big at all. And they had 3 canisters, PVC pipes that were, like sewage pipe, like 4-inch pipes, with a lid. One of them was the developer, the fixer, and then the wash. So the idea was, you go into this room, you get yourself all prepped up, you turn the light off, you crack your film canister open, you would take a weighted clip. They had just like bulldog clips, but they were weighted. You put that on one end of the film, you'd pull it out of your canister, you take the other end, you take another clip that had a pole across it, you clip that on, and you drop the whole thing into this PVC tube filled with developer. So you'd sit in the dark whilst you're waiting for this film to develop. You take it out, you put it in the fixer, and I think the procedure was, whilst it was in the whole time it was in the fixer, you had to keep the light off, and then when you moved it over to the wash, then you could turn the light on. You'd wash it a few times. Then you take your film out, you take it out of the room, you leave the room, you take it out of the room, you hang it up somewhere to dry or whatever. So I got to tell you, you're a high school kid, you got to go sit in a room in the dark with a partner for a while. So almost everybody I knew that took photography, they made sure that they would schedule it with someone that they were like hooking up with. And I don't know I don't remember the timing, but it was like 5 minutes in the developer and then a couple of minutes in the fixer, whatever the timing was. So ideally you're in and out of there in under 10 minutes, and the class is 45 minutes long. Sometimes you'd be lucky to get a room free. And like you would like come out, like you've been in this closet in the dark mashing with this girl for 15-20 minutes or whatever, and you come out, it's like, oh yeah, we're finished. Nobody said anything. I wonder how many unwanted teen pregnancies developed in those rooms, right? Oh, good times. I haven't thought about that for a long time. I had an art teacher, same art teacher. I had one art teacher. She was one of those women that rides horses. You just look at her, she rides horses, right? Like she's probably got a bunch of dogs and she rides horses. Hated me. Day one, hated me. And she would give us still lifes to do, where she was low effort type teacher, right? She just did whatever, right? She just kind of would sit down and bitch at people, and she was just always nasty. I don't think I ever saw her smile. So because I'm the kind of guy that I am, she would do these still lifes. So she'd have a table, she'd throw a chair and a book and a candle and something like she'd just throw garbage on this table and say, draw this, right? So you have people kind of all the way around this room, and there's this still life thing in the middle, and people are like drawing awkward, bad perspective chairs or whatever the garbage is that she threw on the table. But I was like, my brain works differently, so I'm like, I'm not drawing the whole thing, I'm drawing just a section of it. And I would spend a lot of time on just a section. So you've got a chair, you've got a flower, you've got a candle. I would draw like just this, where it would just be a petal, there'd be a leg of the chair and the top of the candle or something like that, right? But I would work on make it. Always flunked me. Like, isn't art like within the artist? I mean, I understand that if that were a real class, the idea behind drawing a still life is to learn technique, right? You learn the perspective, you learn shading techniques, you learn all this stuff. But she's not teaching any of this. She's just like, she throws garbage on a table and says, draw that. And then she judges it by, does it kind of look like what it is that she threw on the table? Yeah, okay, you get an A. What? I had this like close up of her still life. I don't understand the point of the assignment. F. That's all right, lady. I'm mashing in your closet, so I don't care. Oh, high school stories. So, I don't know if we're going to get others in. I'm going to keep streaming for another 20 minutes. I'm going to go until 10. And it's, 20 minutes. I'll stream for 20 more minutes. And then if we don't have anybody in. One of the downsides of having the candy store now is if I'm a half hour to close, so if by 10:30, we close at 11, if by 10:30 nobody's in here, I can assume that nobody's going to come in and play, because nobody's going to come in and just play for a half an hour. At the pizza place, it might happen because people are waiting for a pizza, and so it's like, yeah, I'll play for 30 minutes, and I would give them, like, I'd charge them half or something like that if they just wanted to stay for half an hour. I do that every once in a while. But here, where there's not a whole lot else around, we don't have people kind of coming in at the last minute to play. So if at 10:30 there's nobody here, then normally I would close. But we do have people that are coming in for the store itself. So it's probably not when I close at 11, but when I close at 8, I stay open till 8, because I do have people that'll come in at 7:30 just to buy some stuff and then leave. So, I mean, it's nice that we have this extra revenue generator out here, but at the same time, if nobody's going to come in, I kind of want to go home. Right? I don't want to stick around here if there's nobody here. Pretty good day though. At the end of the day, had a fair number in. Sold a lot of junk. Sold a lot of novelties. Bunch of drinks, and the one thing I'm surprised I haven't sold any of are my can safes. Chef Boyardee, but it's a little safe. You put your stuff in there. Put this on your shelf, and this is actually an actual current Chef Boyardee beef ravioli in pasta sauce label. This is not the Canadian, this is the American label. It's not a Canadian label, but I thought that was interesting that they actually are using the actual, and they have, I can get ones that are other canned products, like vegetables or various other things. So, yeah. I have one of these at home. I keep my raviolis in it. No one will ever know. Man, I'm looking at my glasses and I got cleaned out. All right, we're going to Camera Safari Adventure Time. Manchick says, oh yeah, I've not caught the streams for several weeks. is the coffee biz up and going. I haven't been doing streams really. Like there's been a lot going on. And Sophia was back in BC for a while. I don't think I streamed at all when she was gone. And I've been, I just haven't, no, it is not going. You can see I have the glass up. So I have part of the glass up. We're closed Monday, Tuesday. I'm coming in, the last couple of Mondays I've come in and I've worked on the workshop. Let's walk around. I'll camera safari adventure time and I'll show you. Where is it? Here we go. Bloop. And we'll go here. Yeah, all right, so I have the sink in, which is important. So I need, there's a 20 amp circuit for this. I have a 15 amp circuit for this in the grinder, but I have a fridge here. So I'm gonna pull the wires for another 20 amp and I'll get that all set up here and then we'll have someone come in to finish it all off. But so we'll have a 20 amp down here. I have the sink isn't plumbed in, so I have these two filtration systems and I have the plumbing stuff here. So I'm gonna try to finish this on Monday, get this plumbed in, and get the wires run for the rest of it. This is going to be kind of a pain in the butt because where I told the plumbers, they did the pre-runs on this, and I wish I had done it. I told them where I wanted this. And I don't know why they put this so far forward. I mean, it should be back farther, right? It should be back in the back corner. But that makes figuring out where to hang these a little bit more of a pain in the butt. But I'll get that figured out. But the glass is up. I still need the other piece of glass. So there'll be, I have a U rail here. There'll be an H rail here. And then another U on the top. So this piece of glass will sit here. There'll be a little notch cut out here. That'll pop into place and it'll all hold together with the H rail and the U rail along the top and a little bit of U rail here. Should be fine. It's not like people are going to be leaning on this or anything, but we can start before this is, before I get the glass in because it's a custom piece. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get it, but we can start before that. And then this grinder is not going to be here. It's just sitting here to get it out of the way. I'll have the hot water will be here. That's my decaf grinder. And then back here, my zip grinder will be the one that I use in front. So that'll be up there. This won't be being used and everything. And this, the freeze dryer, when we get the coffee going, this can go away because I need coffee. So this can go away when we get the coffee going up front. This will go away. Freeze dryer is going to go. We have to get a little shelf thing right there. Freeze dryer is going to sit there and plug into this. This right now is a 40, but this is going to change to a 20. And so we'll plug it in there. And then this will kind of open up. But the sinks are done. Everything's done here. I have a hand sink here filled with garbage because I can't get to it. Everything I need to be food safe is already in here. So we're good to go on that. So really we're just waiting for this to finish up. So hopefully I'll have that finished. But let's go look here. I'm going to turn that fan off just a second. I'm going to turn off games that are running for no reason. Hold on just 1 second. It's noisy in here. Who's running over here? Ah, Lethal Weapon. I'm actually just going to leave these off. And if someone doesn't come in, then I don't need to. So I've got this. This is for my bay door so that people don't fall out. And we can open this up now. So I will open it up briefly to show you because it's really cool. But it's raining, so that's a bit of a problem. Oh. Come on. We can open it up to the outside, and people driving down the street over there, when they drive by, they get to see this, which is amazing and awesome. So, and this is really nice when it's hot. So we can open this all the way up to the top, which is just open this whole thing up. I had that last night, but it's raining and then water gets in here, which kind of sucks. So. I have to set the phone down. Hold on just a second. Here, you guys get a look at that. You're in the void. You're okay. Just hold on. Lock that. And something else is going. Who's going over here? Oh, Jackpot's going. Great. Okay, so let's look. Workbench. Ta-da! So this is awesome. I'm glad that I finally have this up and going. It's not organized yet, but stuff for all my parts and doodads and everything. Some more down there, and then I'll have all my tools. There'll be a monitor here and a computer over here. And the monitor, this is the monitor that I use for the music system. This is the music stuff up here. So I've just got an old Mac Mini thing that's running all of the Winamp stuff, and so this monitor I don't need because I have this one up here, so I can just use that one. And so that monitor, it's actually a pretty nice monitor. I'm going to mount that here, and then we actually have stairs now. So I got the stairs installed. There will be a wall going across here, and there'll be some stuff over there. And so then upstairs, I guess we can go up there. I don't have any handrails yet, but nobody is using this except for me. And this is above the candy store. So I have a desk, some inventory, some other stuff. When this is all done, these will be pushed back up against this railing. And then probably in this area, we're going to cover some of this just so that it's quiet up here. But these racks are going to go against this wall. This line here, I can't do anything with this. It has to stay here. This is fuel for the furnace. That's oil. That's diesel, right? Because it's oil furnace. So that has to stay here. I have to cover it, but these racks, I can build the racks around them and just secure it, and we can stuff around it. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's basically this up here. And then the VIP lounge, when it's done, they'll be able to come. There'll be a counter here, and they'll be able to sit here and look down and see the arcade from up here, which is pretty cool. It's kind of a nice vantage point, I think. I think people really like doing that. And this is like these. I'll have to figure out where to put these cameras. This is the camera for the live stream stuff, and that's a security camera, quote unquote security camera. I'll probably just find another place for them or something. But so that's that. It looks dark, but it isn't as dark as it seems like it is. I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I've got there's Pinbot, Tales from the Crypt, and then around over on the other side is Speakeasy. And Speakeasy and Pinbot just have little minor things that I need to do to them. Tales from the Cryptid has, I need to spend some time on that one and figure out it's doing all kinds of weird ass shit. So I don't know, but these would get running pretty easily. I have Jackbot. I don't know if I'm going to put Pinbot back out or not right now. I'm not sure. Speakeasy was always a big hit, and it was good for teaching people how to play pinball for the first time, because it's kind of slow and kind of casual, and kids really liked it. All right, let's look at the fun glasses, because I got cleaned out. This was full today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So those guys that came in just now, I had filled this up right before they came in, so they bought 11 of those. Awesome. I like these. The little, The alien ones are funny. These are fun. And the googly eye ones, those are good. I sell a lot of these. Yeah. I have a bunch more of these coming in just because these are consistent. I sell those consistently. I didn't know if these balloony ones were going to sell. I haven't sold any of those yet. I've sold quite a few of these, and I've sold a bunch of those. And I did have, those guys bought like 4 pair of these. Funny little ones, but yeah, cool. Is that water coming in here? Yeah, close that a little bit. I like salad fingers. So there you go. Let me change this back so I can put my phone down. Perfect. I think I saw the door on Instagram, maybe. Lots of space upstairs. So it's basically the upstairs space that we were just in is this basically the space of the candy store, really. Minus, it's like 4.5 by 6, or no, it's 6 by 8 area in the front. That's the little entryway. And there's actually a double door. You can kind of see it there. I'm not going to go over there, but